My mom and sister tried to hijack my wedding for a baby shower. Now they're out of my life for good. I'm 28, male, and what I'm about to share still makes me question everything I thought I knew about family. It's about my wedding, but more than that, it's about how my mom and sister completely lost their minds over something that should have been simple. Looking back, I don't even know why I didn't see it coming. But then again, who would have guessed their entitlement could reach these levels? So, my fiancé Al and I had been planning our wedding for almost a year. We found the perfect venue, an outdoor estate, just the right size for the intimate, laid-back vibe we wanted. We booked it for July, and we're getting excited as things were falling into place. Until my sister, A, dropped her big news. She was pregnant. At first, I was happy for her. A and her husband had been trying for years, and I knew this was a big deal for her. But what I didn't know was how quickly her pregnancy would become my problem. It started with subtle comments from my mom. Small things like, "Isn't it wonderful that A is pregnant? She deserves to be celebrated." Of course she did, and I had no problem with that. But then one afternoon, my mom called and everything shifted. So I've been thinking about A's baby shower. She started casually. It's such a special occasion, and the whole family's going to want to be there. Wouldn't it be great if we held it at your wedding venue? I laughed, thinking she was joking. Wait, you mean like at the same venue but on a different day, right? She didn't laugh. No, I mean you could push the wedding back a bit. Just reschedule it so I can have her baby shower at the estate. It's the perfect setting for her, and it's not like the wedding can't be moved. I felt my heart drop. You're serious? Of course I am. This is A's baby, She's been through so much trying to get pregnant. Don't you think her shower should be in a place as beautiful as that venue? You and Al can just pick a different date. I was stunned. Mom, no. We've been planning this for months. The venue is booked, and everything is set. We're not moving the wedding for a baby shower. Her voice hardened. I'm just saying it's family. Family supports each other. You can have a wedding anytime, but A only gets to celebrate this baby once. I was trying to stay calm, but this was insane. We're not canceling our wedding, Mom. She sighed, clearly pissed. Well, I'm sure A will be disappointed to hear that. I hung up, thinking that was the end of it. I thought once she cooled off, she'd realize how crazy she sounded. But nope. The next day, A texted me. "Hey, Mom said you're not willing to move the wedding so I can have my baby shower there. Is that true?" I replied as politely as I could. "Yeah, we've already paid deposits and planned everything. We can't just move it." She fired back. "Wow. Hey, I didn't think you'd be so selfish about this. It's not like your wedding can't happen another day. My baby shower is more important. You know what I've been through?" I couldn't believe it. "Hey, I'm not being selfish. This is my wedding. You can have your baby shower somewhere else. There are tons of venues." Her response was cold. "Well, I guess I know where your priorities lie." From there, things spiraled out of control. My mom called me again that night, and this time she didn't hold back. "You're being incredibly selfish. I deserve this, and you're standing in the way because you can't move one little day." One little day? I snapped. "It's my wedding, Mom. This is a huge deal for me and Elle. You're acting like it's nothing." Mom didn't miss a beat. "You're not the only person in this family who matters. A's been struggling for years. This is her moment. You're going to regret being so heartless when the family turns against you." I didn't know how to respond. I was furious, hurt, and honestly a little scared of what my mom and A might do next. But nothing could have prepared me for the mess that was about to unfold. A week later, I found out just how low they were willing to go. It started with small things. The florist called me to confirm that we'd canceled our order, which was news to me because we hadn't. Then the photographer emailed me, saying they received a cancellation request. That's when it clicked. I called my mom, and she answered like nothing was wrong. "Hey, Mom, did you or call my vendors and try to cancel everything?" She didn't even hesitate. "Well, I just thought maybe you'd come to your senses and cancel on your own, but you were being so stubborn, I figured I'd help things along. After all, it's just a wedding, right?" I was speechless for a second. Then I lost it. "You're sabotaging my wedding because I won't give up the venue? Are you out of your mind?" She huffed. "I'm doing what's best for the family. If you won't compromise, then maybe it's for the best that the wedding doesn't happen when you're being so selfish. I hung up before I said something I'd regret. But that wasn't the end of it. Oh no. The next day, I get a call from the venue itself. Apparently, my mother and A had shown up in person, trying to discuss rescheduling for A's baby shower. They had the nerve to sit down with the coordinator and act like it was a done deal, as if I'd agreed to everything. The venue manager was confused, so she called me to verify. Thank God she did. I immediately told her not to make any changes and that my mom and sister were acting without my consent. I couldn't believe how far they were willing to go. It wasn't just them wanting the venue anymore. It was like they were actively trying to ruin my wedding. I called my dad, desperate. He's usually pretty hands-off, lets my mom run things, but I needed someone sane on my side. Dad, I don't know what's going on, but Mom and A are trying to sabotage everything. They've been calling vendors, canceling things, and now they're at the venue trying to take it over for A's baby shower. For a moment, my dad was silent. Then I heard him let out a deep sigh. I'm sorry. I didn't know it was this bad. I'll handle it. I didn't know what that meant exactly, but the next day my mom called me, absolutely fuming. How dare you get your father involved? She screamed the second I picked up. He's threatening to pull my credit cards. He says he'll cut me off if I don't leave this alone. I didn't even feel bad. Maybe you should listen to him, Mom. You and A are being insane. Oh, so you're siding with him now? You're choosing him and L over your own sister? I couldn't believe her audacity. Yes, because you're both trying to ruin my wedding. I'm done with this conversation. But it didn't end there. Not even close. 2 weeks before the wedding, I get another call from the venue manager. Apparently, they had tried to book a surprise baby shower for the same day as the wedding. She told them it was supposed to be a double event, a wedding and a baby shower. I couldn't even process it. I immediately called A furious. What the hell are you doing? You try to book your baby shower on the same day as my wedding? Her response was pure entitlement. Well, Mom and I thought it'd be nice to combine the celebrations. Everyone's going to be there anyway, so why not make it a big family day? You're being dramatic. I felt like I was losing my mind. Hey, this is my wedding, not some family picnic. You don't just tack on your baby shower like it's a side event. She scoffed. You're being ridiculous. We're family. It's not that big of a deal. I hung up. I couldn't deal with her anymore. The wedding day finally came, and to my surprise, neither my mom nor A showed up. They decided that since they didn't get their way, they'd skip my wedding entirely. I wasn't even shocked at that point. It still stunned, but I couldn't let them ruin my day. The ceremony was beautiful. Elle looked incredible, and despite the family drama, everything went off without a hitch. The venue was perfect, and we had an amazing time surrounded by people who actually cared about us. After the wedding, I tried reaching out to my mom, thinking maybe they'd come to their senses. She sent me a single text. You've made your choice. Don't expect things to be the same. I haven't spoken to her or A since. My dad, though, he's been amazing. He apologized for not stepping in sooner and has been helping me navigate the fallout. I'm grateful for that, at least. But as for my mom and A, they've made it clear where they stand. A few months after the wedding, I heard through mutual family members that they threw a massive baby shower, bigger than anything I'd ever seen for a baby shower, with extravagant decorations and the whole family in attendance. It was their way of rubbing it in, I guess. They made sure everyone knew I wasn't invited. I thought about reaching out again, trying to mend things, but every time I reconsidered, I remembered how low they went. They tried to sabotage my wedding, canceled vendors behind my back, and had the nerve to plan a baby shower for the same day. They crossed so many lines that there was no going back. I've come to terms with it now. Family isn't just blood. It's about who supports you, who stands by you when it matters. My dad showed up for me, and so did everyone who was at my wedding. As for my mom and A, they showed me exactly what I meant to them, and I'm better off without that toxicity in my life. If anyone reading this has dealt with entitled family members, you're not alone. Sometimes cutting ties is the healthiest thing you can do. Thank you so much for listening to my story. If you have any thoughts, I'd love to hear them, so please leave a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want more stories like this one.